And we're back. Happy Tuesday, 10th day of May, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz. Are we early? I think we were about 5 seconds early today. We are live here from Studio One in downtown Wenatchee, USA. Bountiful sunshine, 41 degrees, still going to be cooler than normal. Can't bust out of this stuff. I did the research this morning. We're now 50 full days into spring. The equinox was back on March 20th, so 50 full days into spring. And of those 50 days of spring so far, 32 of those 50 days we have seen our daily high temperature below normal, and most of the time, well below normal. And we're not going to get out of this. We're going to see below normal temperatures all this week into probably Monday or Tuesday. It's just unsettled. We keep getting cold air. It's coming down from Alaska and Canada. Nothing wrong with Alaska and Canada. We love them, but come on, enough. Not bad today. It's going to be a few degrees warmer than it was yesterday. We only hit 60 yesterday. Our normal high is 70. We're going to be below normal again today. Again, forecast details are coming up. It was a very busy day in the newsroom yesterday. We got some fresh stories for you today and some other stuff to get to. We believe in having an informed viewer, having to know what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington. We will have your latest news headlines. Sports, Mariners can't score runs. Offense is struggling. This was the same story last year. They've been hurting the last 10 days or so. Philadelphia took them big time last night at T-Mobile Park. Seahawks rookie training camp going on to the VMAC in Renton. We'll check in with Coach Pete. That'll be fun. We'll have a brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. We'll take a look back at today in history. We'll have some celebrity birthdays and the obscure holiday of the day today, which I need to observe. We'll get to that towards the back half of the hour. Cold spot right now is Omak at 29 degrees. It was 32 this morning in Moses Lake. I know a lot of those fruit-bearing trees, they've already blossomed. We're not going to get down to that freezing mark, which is when things can get really dicey for you apple and peaches and pears and cherries, but still chilly. Let's take you around the valley in North Central Washington with our cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless guys and gals. East Wenatchee takes a bow. Good morning, East Wenatchee. Look how green up on Fancher Heights and Badger Mountain it is up there with the waving wheat. It can sure smell sweet, by the way, when the wind comes right behind the rain. Do we have to pay Rogers and Hammerstein royalties now? I think so. Good morning to East Wenatchee from the very tip of the Heights. From this point forward, I don't know. Uriah gets to choose, and I get to guess. Uriah says, Lake Wenatchee looks good to me, and it looks good to me. Good morning, Lake Wenatchee, one of my favorite cameras. The snow continues to recede away from Dirty Face. It's all gone now. The lake is completely ready for boating action, although it's pretty darn cool. Nason Ridge to your left, a little bit of snow up there. You can see Cadler Glen in the upper right-hand corner is Fish Lake and Lake Wenatchee, an absolutely beautiful place to visit, and it's only about an hour-long drive from Wenatchee proper. Good morning to the lake. Camera number 3. Ooh, that's pretty. I want to say that's the monitor camera, perhaps. Yep, maybe looking down over monitor. Look at those orchards just doing their thing. Beautiful view there. Stunning. You can see the highway. You can see the river down below, the Wenatchee River. And look how green everything is. Normally, this is the time of the year where we start burning out. We make that transition from green to brown, but no, we're pretty green in the foothills of Wenatchee. And camera number 4. Speaking of Badger Mountain, it's Badger Mountain. As we look out over the old station area, Omi Gardens, beautiful this time of the year. The ever-growing area of Sunny Slope, they just keep climbing right on up. Birch Mountain, keep higher and higher and higher they go. Cashmere off in the distance, Monitor, the Wenatchee River, Confluence State Park. Beautiful view there, and the wheat is growing away up on Badger Mountain. You can't quite make out Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval, but we're going to be up there on Saturday night, I should say, Saturday night, racing. Drive fast, turn left, and we'll be broadcasting the races on Saturday night. Looking forward to that. So high temps this week. Again, our normal high temperature is 70. And then as we get towards the end of the week, our normal high temperature ticks up to 71. And our normal overnight low is about 48. Here are your high temperatures. Look where you live. 7 degrees below normal, 7 degrees below normal, 15 degrees below normal. We have a big-time cold front coming in Thursday night. Going to bring us some rain, going to bring us some wind. We're going to be televising soccer on Thursday night, the District 6 4A Championship between the Panthers and the Wildcats, and it's going to be pretty nasty weather on Thursday night. Spills into Friday. Again, none of these temperatures anywhere close to where they should be this time of the year. And this pattern has been going on for just about a month now. And as I already mentioned, active weather returns Thursday afternoon and right on into Friday. There's a cold front from Alaska that's poised to pay us a visit. What does that mean for the Wenatchee Valley? Widespread showers on Thursday afternoon, and Thursday night's also going to be breezy. With the instability in the atmosphere, a pop-up thunderstorm is certainly not out of the situation. We're going to have some breezy conditions, but not really windy. The lee of the Cascades are going to protect us, but Thursday afternoon, Thursday night especially, and spilling into Friday morning, very active weather, very cold weather before we warm back up again. But even when we warm back up for the weekend, it ain't going to be very much. Here is your unseasonably cool forecast from the National Weather Service, and I'm really tired of having to tell you that. Lots of sunshine today, little wind at times, and we'll get up to about 63 degrees. Again, our normal high this time of the year is 70. 38 for the overnight low, another overnight low down into the 30s. Yesterday's overnight low was 39 degrees. That's chilly, chilly, chilly for this time of the year. We do it again on Wednesday, pretty much repeated today. The high-pressure ridge is not a very strong one, though. It's going to give way to that cold front we're talking about. Thursday morning, going to be very pleasant. By Thursday midday, here come the clouds. By Thursday afternoon, the rain. And we'll have a pretty good dose of rain by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Thursday night, spilling past midnight. Also a little windy at times, and look how cool it's going to be. This is a cold front, all the way down to 56 degrees for our high temperature. Well below normal. 38 for the overnight low. Could be a record breaker Thursday night. Friday, we warm up a little bit. Unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday, although a little bit warmer, still below normal and not a lot of sunshine for the upcoming weekend with some rain in the forecast on Saturday. Clouds but dry on Sunday. We go back to the 70-degree mark on Monday, which has been a rarity this year. Normally, we've hit at least 70, 15, or 16 times by this time of the year. We've done it once, and that was in March. We never hit 70 in April. It's 7 minutes after the hour. The news is 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
9 minutes after the hour, lots of sunshine, just a few high clouds, 41 degrees, lower 60s today, lots of sunshine, lower 60s Wednesday. Lots of sunshine, big active storm system, going to cool us way down, going to give us some rain and some wind on Thursday afternoon and Thursday night, and then calm but still cool weather for the upcoming weekend. We begin with this story. 2 juveniles are facing trial this month for a break-in in which about 30 firearms were stolen, and police say 2 of those firearms were later found in the possession of Wenatchee Valley gang members. The 2 youth suspects in the break-in are 14 and 17 years old. One is from Wenatchee and the other from East Wenatchee. Both are now charged with first-degree burglary plus 24 counts each of firearm theft. Chelan County detectives say the 2 used a shotgun to shoot out the locks on the door of a Malaga gunsmith shop back on April 4th. Once they got inside, they allegedly made off with multiple handguns, a shotgun, assault rifles, and other weapons valued at more than $20,000. They were arrested about 5 days later and have been in juvenile detention ever since. East Wenatchee police later made an arrest of 2 alleged gang members carrying 2 handguns taken in that burglary. About 23 of the stolen firearms had been recovered as of last month. Both teenagers will face trial on May 24th in Chelan County Juvenile Court. An escapee from the Chelan County Regional Justice Center led police on a foot chase on Sunday afternoon. It finally ended when the East Cascade SWAT team had to blow open the door of a shed on North Franklin Avenue. That's where the suspect had holed himself up. After the standoff, which lasted about 4 hours, 48-year-old Rigoberto Licea Reina was taken back to the jail on additional charges that included burglary and resisting arrest. Licea Reina reportedly walked away from a work crew back on April 27th that was helping set up for the Apple Blossom Festival in Memorial Park. He was in the jail on numerous felony charges that included burglary, 2 counts of driving with a suspended license, obstructing justice, and indecent exposure. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld said about 12:30 on Sunday afternoon, police received a call about a suspicious person in the 200 block of North Franklin. A vehicle found in the area was registered to Licea Reina, who was spotted shortly thereafter, and a foot chase ensued that led to a shed outside an unoccupied home near Franklin and 3rd Street. Well, Reinfeld said the SWAT team was called in and set off numerous flashbangs before using a small explosive to blow open the door of the shed. Reinfeld said the suspect immediately surrendered. There were no injuries. Following up on the scene, of course, from Saturday, the shooting. This was the scene yesterday at Living Hope Community Church in Wenatchee. The church, of course, was the site of that gunfire incident on Saturday morning that led to 1 Wenatchee police officer being shot and wounded, police fatally shooting the suspect. Police say the male suspect fired with a handgun multiple times at the church door, and when the bicycle officers arrived from the nearby Apple Blossom Festival at Memorial Park, he shot 1 officer in the leg before being killed in return fire by the police. The wounded officer was treated and released. The shooting is being probed by the North Central Washington Special Investigations Unit, as more than 1 Wenatchee police officer has been placed on administrative leave while the inquiry is ongoing. Douglas County Undersheriff Tyler Kale said yesterday investigators have not yet named the person who was killed.
Investigators are still working through witness accounts and other leads to try to determine more about the suspect, what may have drawn the suspect to the scene where the shooting ultimately occurred. So at this time, we're still not in a position that we're going to be releasing the suspect's identity. Hopefully that is something that will occur probably more towards the mid to latter part of this week. Initial accounts are that there's not an immediate connection that's been found to the church, but they're still following up on any other possibilities of that. But right now it's not looking like there was any connection.
The gunfire broke out shortly before 8:30 on Saturday morning, just 1 block from the route of the Stimult Growers Grand Parade. But the parade, of course, went on as scheduled. We'll have some selected highlights of the parade later on this program. Douglas County and the town of Mansfield have a disagreement on who owns a portion of a major road through town, and now that disagreement is spilled into court. Douglas County filed suit on Friday asking a Superior Court judge to rule on whether the town of Mansfield or Douglas County is responsible for about 1,700 feet of Airport Way. That's on the southeast end of Mansfield. The county says a mapping error that dates back to 1915 erroneously puts the road area outside of the Mansfield city limits. Mansfield wants the county to repair and maintain Airport Way, but the county says state law makes that illegal. They say negotiations outside of court to establish responsibility for Airport Way have failed. No hearing date has been set on the matter. The Chelan Douglas Land Trust wants your input on the iconic Saddle Rock Trail system, the hiking landmark that looks down over the Wenatchee Valley. The agency has been running an online survey in English and Spanish since late March. They want your thoughts about recreational use in the Saddle Rock area, including a proposed expansion of the hiking trails. That survey wraps up on May 15th, so you have less than a week now to get in your opinions. You log on, you give your input, and you're entered to win a $100 gift card. You can take the survey by going to the website that you see on your screen. And finally, on this Tuesday morning, it might have seemed like a clever way to move your car when you're moving, but the Washington State Patrol says, don't do this. Well, don't buy a Betamax, apparently. A U-Haul moving van was pulled over just north of Okanagan over the weekend. It had a vehicle protruding several feet out of the back of the U-Haul, just one strap holding it into place. Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant said the driver of the U-Haul was cited for failing to secure a load with safety chains. That's a $139 fine. In addition, the driver had a suspended license, and the U-Haul company reported that the truck was long overdue to get returned, and it was close to being reported as stolen when it was pulled over. Bryant said both the U-Haul, at U-Haul's request, and the non-working vehicle were impounded. One quick note, the North Cascades Highway, Highway 20, which has been closed since November, will reopen this morning at 10 o'clock. That is later than normal. Of course, we had quite a bit of snow over the winter, but the North Cascades Highway, connecting the north part of the town. Good news for you folks in Winthrop and Mazama. The West Siders can pay a visit. It opens at 10 o'clock this morning. And there we go. That's what's making headlines. It's 16 minutes after the hour. We'll have news for you. We always do, Monday through Friday, with the exception of holidays, of course, with Grant and Eric and Jefferson and Cal and Malcolm and whoever bothers to show up to work and gets you the newscast. With a preview of the Tuesday night news, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we're still cool for this time of year, but expect nicer weather today and tomorrow before more rain showers move in on Thursday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has the latest in high school sports action, including soccer and baseball playoffs from around the area, and results and reaction of the Mariners-Phillies game last night. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Don't forget, you got a news tip. We'd love to hear from you. We've gotten some pretty important stories by getting you guys to send us some ideas, and we appreciate it. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. You can go to our homepage and click on the Contact Us icon, or you can email us directly by typing in on your address bar news@ncwlife.com. After a break, sports, the Mariners can't score any runs. They're in a big slump going on right now. We'll have that with sports, plus we'll have the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and selected highlights from Classy Chassis and the Smoke Growers Grand Parade from last weekend. It's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Had a surgery? Been in a car accident? Suffer from weekend warrior activities? Let Mount Stewart Physical Therapy and Chiropractic work out your aches and pains. This is Dr. Wayne Latimer. We've extended our multi-care practice to Mount Stewart Physical Therapy in Leavenworth. So, physical therapy and chiropractic. And whether you want to lift to get fit or you want to stay fit after your physical therapy, Balance Point Health and Fitness Gym is always open daily. Dr. Latimer Chiropractic Multi-Care Clinics, where we strive to do more, so you can too.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has hot tubs in stock now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
"19 minutes after the hour, what a great day at the ballpark for the Mariners on Sunday. Yesterday, not so much. No, Philadelphia smacked Seattle around 9-zip the final at T-Mobile Park. Phillies 17 hits in the ball game, including back-to-back homers in the second inning. Chris Flexen, the losing pitcher.
In the air to left center field. On the run is Rodriguez, and it is gone! A home run for Gene Segura. Oof. And a high fly ball to deep left field. He golfed that one. It is gone! Back-to-back home runs, Segura and Hoskins. And the Phillies lead it 2-0 here in the second.
You want to talk about staying back on a breaking ball? Good night.
That one's hit sharply into left center field, a base hit. Castellanos around third. He's going to score, and the Phillies take a 3-0 lead here in the third.
It's got like this right here.
There's a line drive base hit to right center field. Castellanos with his second hit. It's going to score Bohm. Harper's going to third. He'll be held there. The throw gets away in the infield, but Flexen's there to back it up. It's 4-0 Phillies. That one's pulled out toward left. Winker comes sprinting in. He's not going to get there. Harper will sprint home over to third. Castellanos. Another RBI for JT. It's his second of the night. 2 balls, 1 strike to Castellanos, and he lines one out toward left center field. That's going to bring home another one. Winker gets the throw in quickly, holds Castellanos to an RBI single. Opposite way, base hit for Segura. Castellanos around third, heading for home. Kelnick's throw is too high. It's an RBI single for Segura. Hoskins 1 for 3. He homered his first time up, and he loops that one out towards center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Segura's heading home. Here's the throw to the plate, and it's cut off. It's an RBI single for Hoskins. 9-0 Phillies.
Right back up the middle. Segura has it clank off his leather. Julio hit it hard, and he's aboard at first base with 2 outs. Get in there. Base hit. Julio 2 for 2. He wants to. The throw from Schwarber. Segura's tag, not in time. Hustle double. Julio checks in. Cracked into center. How about a 3-hit night for Julio Rodriguez?
Yeah, a good night for Julio Rodriguez. For Chris Flexen, not a good night. Here's Scott Service.
There's not a whole lot of ways to spin this one. The Phillies came out, banged us around. We made some mistakes on the mound, and then they made us pay. They got a really good hitting lineup. We knew that coming into this series. You got to get ahead of the count. You got to execute, and we weren't able to do that tonight. So, Julio showed up. He's swung the bat really well. Continues to progress there, but not a whole lot to talk about this one. We got beat.
Mariners have been outscored 44-16 over the last 8 games. They've only won 1 of those. That was on Sunday. They'll do it again today. Mariners and Phillies, 6:40. Robbie Ray and Aaron Nola will pitch. Renton was full of rookies over the weekend. Renton's full of a lot of things, quite frankly. Seattle had a 3-day rookie mini camp for drafted as well as undrafted invitees. I was not among them. Coach Pete Carroll said it was a great chance to get a good look at the crop of the kids who are still a little wet behind the ears.
We wanted to learn a lot about our players as much as we could in a weekend's time about who they are, and also to try to gain as much as we can about them as football players. And meanwhile, we were letting them know about who we are and what they can expect about being part of this program and this culture. And it worked out really well. It was fun. We had a good time doing it. They worked really hard. They just studied every second. We filled up their days as much as we could. And they got Seahawks 24/7 when they're here, so it was great. And So on we go. As I talk to these guys, this is the start of their career. This isn't the finish of their career. This is the start of it. And I'm hoping that they'll stick to their purpose and their opportunities and maximize them. Not everybody will have a chance to be here, but we'll get as many of them as we can. And they have done their audition with us in a sense. And so as we look for players down the road, there'll be guys that come out of this class right here in this group of guys. So it was a very, very successful weekend.
The Seahawks will find out their full 2022 regular season schedule, by the way, on Thursday. We already know. They announced last week they would be playing a game in Munich, Germany in mid-November against the greatest player of all time, Tom Brady. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, the full season schedule comes out on Thursday. Seahawk training camp begins in July. All right, let's move on. High school sports, baseball in our region, courtesy of our friends at Les Schwab, scores and the schedule. Manson was able to advance to a 2B baseball play-in game yesterday. They scored a 6-0 win over Bridgeport. Today, the Trojans will travel to Okanagan for the first round of the District 6 2B tournament. That's at 4:30. Lake Roosevelt will host Tenasket in the other first-round game. The District 6 1A playoffs are at Ephrata High School this afternoon. Kashmir takes on Omak in the first game at 4:30. Quincy and Chelan will do battle in the second game at 6:30. The District 6 1B tournament gets underway today at 4:30 as Waterville-Mansfield will host Moses Lake Christian and Pateras travels to Riverside Christian. And the play-in games in the Big Nine for District 6 4A are today. It's win or go home. Eastmont travels to Davis and Wenatchee will host Eisenhower. The softball season winding down. Some schools still in the regular season on Monday. Cascade swept a doubleheader from Quincy, 13-3 and 23-5. Today, Eastmont will host Davis at 4 o'clock. Cashmere visits Omak at 4:30. Wenatchee's on the road at Eisenhower at 6 o'clock. The District 6 2B playoffs begin at 4:30 today. Brewster will host Oroville, and Liberty Bell travels to Tonasket. The Big 9 districts playing soccer matches are this evening. Winner go home from Moses Lake. They'll be at Sunnyside. Same deal. Eisenhower will host Davis. Winner moves on. The loser season comes to an end. And we'll have the District 6 4A championship right here Thursday night. Rainy Lieboftel Field at the Apple Bowl. Going to be cold. Going to be raw. It's going to be some good soccer. Eastmont, Wenatchee, Sebastian Moraga, Neil Oyston, 7 o'clock right here. And Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval, ready for another night of racing. This Saturday, the Outlaw Oval Challenge is back. These are cars that normally do figure 8 racing in Monroe, but they're going to drive over Stevens Pass and race around the quarter-mile asphalt track. Saturday's racing will also feature the Rockstar Energy B-Mods, the Plum Perfect Roadrunners, and the Northwest Pro 4 trucks. We'll have all the action here live beginning at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. For tickets, go to WBSO.com. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this May 10th, the obscure holiday of the day today. Normally applies to kids, teenagers especially, but hey, it applies to everybody. Today is National Clean Up Your Room Day. Now again, children and teenagers are normally the culprits of especially messy rooms, but parents can be messy too. This kid knew. It's always the parents complaining, hey, clean up your room, but the kid never tells mom and dad, hey, clean up your room. Maybe they should. It doesn't have to be a chore. It could actually be fun. Last time I really cleaned up a room, I found stuff I forgot I had. It could be, you put on some good music, turn it up fairly loud and just get busy. Sort things out, clean things up, put things where they belong, dust, polish, whatever. Celebrate. You clean your room, you do a good job, you can celebrate it. Cleaning your room is good for you. It can make you feel more relaxed. For one thing, you know where everything is. You put everything in its place instead of having stuff just hilly-nilly all over the place. Make your bed every morning. They say if you make your bed every morning, you're a fairly organized person. Ironically enough, I make my bed every morning, and I'm not particularly organized in that respect. And you can get rid of junk you don't need anymore. There's always clothes and shoes and just general stuff that's sitting around that you don't use anymore and you're never going to use. Make good use of it. Either donate it to somebody who could use it or throw it away. National Clean Up Your Room Day is today, always on May 10th, because the internet told me so. And if it's online, you know it has to be true. Today in history, on this 10th day of May, 248 years ago, that would make it May 10th, 1774, Louis XVI of France and Marie Antoinette become king and queen of France. He was 19, she was 18. It would not end well. Maybe because they were just teenagers and they didn't know what they were doing. The last king and queen of France got the job 248 years ago today. Good luck. One of the most significant battles in this country's history, very early on, 1801. You know the Marine hymn, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. It dates from May 10th, 1801. 221 years ago, the Barbary War, when the Barbary pirates of Tripoli declare war on the United States of America and Sweden. We were in this together with Sweden. On one side was America and Sweden. This was 1801. We were just a brand new country. On the other side, the Barbary states, Tripoli, Algiers, Tunis, and Morocco. What was going on? From the Barbary states, the pirates of the Barbary states were seizing American ships, merchant ships, bringing goods to Europe. They were seizing them and holding the crews hostage for ransom. Thomas Jefferson, the President of the United States, said, we're not going to pay you any ransom. And they went to war. But it worked out pretty good because this was the first significant international war fought by the American forces, not in America, but as America, as Americans. It wasn't just, people from Georgia and New York and New Jersey and Rhode Island, Massachusetts fighting individually. It was as the United States fighting together with the Marines and the Navy, and made the Marines and the Navy a going concern, and we won. It was the first significant war we ever fought a long way from the United States. So that makes us 2 for 2. The first Barbary War, broke out in this state 221 years ago today. Don't mess with the U.S. That was the message there. On this date in 1869, May the 10th, 1869, a long time ago, you could actually take a train across the country. They started building west from St. Louis. They started building east from San Francisco. And on this date, Promontory Summit in Utah, the Golden Spike was driven into the ground, and the very first transcontinental railroad connecting this country all the way across was completed on this date. As you can see, they had a toast. When that picture was sent out to newswires all over the country, all of the alcoholic beverages were airbrushed out. They thought it was in bad taste. No, they had a big party, and deservedly so, May 10th, 1869. Today is the 114th anniversary of Mother's Day. It was founded by Anna Jarvis. The very first Mother's Day was observed in Grafton, West Virginia on the morning of May 10th, 1908. She picked that particular date because that was the anniversary of her mother's death, and she wanted to celebrate her mother by celebrating Mother's Day. She picked the white carnation as the flower of Mother's Day because that was her mom's favorite flower. Well, over the years, Anna Jarvis became more and more and more disenchanted with the commercialization of Mother's Day. Even though she invented Mother's Day, she got no money for it. After a while, she was so mad at all the commercialization of Mother's Day that she tried to have it rescinded. But by that point, it was too late. Anna Jarvis, the founder of Mother's Day, died in a sanitarium. Her medical bills were paid for by the floral and greeting card industries, who made many, 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 many dollars off the profit of Mother's Day. Anna Jarvis, the founder of Mother's Day, never married and never had any children. The very first Mother's Day celebrated on this date in 1908. It seemed like a good idea at the time, 98 years ago today. We need a strong leader. The FBI is floundering around. We're not doing much. So on May 10th, 1924, 98 years ago today, Calvin Coolidge appointed that guy, J. Edgar Hoover, as the first director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. He would remain the director of the FBI for the following 48 years until he died in 1972. Almost every president since Calvin Coolidge tried to fire J. Edgar Hoover, but he had accumulated so much power that they were kind of afraid of him. His first act as the director of the FBI was to fire all the female FBI agents and would forever prohibit any females from serving in the FBI. Nice job, Edgar. We won't even talk about his personal life. May 10th, 1940, 82 years ago today, the Phony War came to an end. That's what they called it, the Phony War. In September of 1939, Germany invaded Poland, parts of Czechoslovakia. World War is over. I mean, we're going. It's World War II. Of course, immediately following, Great Britain and France declared war on Nazi Germany. That was in September of 1939. And then for the next 8 months, nothing. Nothing happened. It was like, are we in a war? Germany invaded Poland. We declared war on Germany. Germany conquered Poland, and then everybody's just kind of going, well, that all ended on this date in 1940 when Germany invaded France, invaded Belgium, invaded Luxembourg, and we're fighting again. And on the very same day, Neville Chamberlain resigned and Winston Churchill was appointed Prime Minister of Great Britain. The Phony War came to an end. Here we go. Now we're really fighting. May the 10th, 1940. You briefly saw this during the news. Now we'll show it to you again. Happy birthday to the Betamax. Yes, May 10th, 1975, 47 years ago today, Sony introduces the Betamax. Now, when we got into the home video thing in the 70s, it was time to buy a videotape machine. We debated it, and Dad said, nope, we're getting Beta because Beta is better. And it was better. It was a superior format. It had better picture quality and better sound quality, but it was also more expensive than VHS. The format wars began. VHS eventually won the format wars. Betamax was considered a more professional unit than the VHS, but consumers didn't care. For them, it was all about price, and VHS was cheaper than Beta, and it was true. Betamax. We had a Betamax when I was a kid. We don't have one anymore. I don't even have a videotape player anymore. Happy birthday to the Betamax. Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday, Paul. Paul Houston celebrates a birthday today. How you doing, Paul? Paul David Houston is 61 years old today. You know him as Bono, the lead singer and the human activist. Bono, 61 years old today. The guy who won last year's Indy 500, he's got 4 of them now. Helio Castroneves, one of the great race drivers of all time from Brazil. He's 47 years old today. Come Memorial Day weekend, he's going to try for a record fifth Indianapolis 500. Nobody has won more than 4, but he's one of the group that has won more than 4. Happy 47th, Helio Castroneves. I think he's going to win it again. And happy birthday to Kenan Thompson, the cast member of Saturday Night Live for the last 19 years. He is the longest tenured member of the cast in the history of Saturday Night Live. He was the very first cast member to be born after Saturday Night Live made its debut in September of 1975. He holds the record for most celebrity impersonations, 139 of them and counting. He broke the old record of 109 celebrity impersonations by Darrell Hammond. And back on the March 5th episode of Saturday Night Live, he appeared in his 1,500th skit, by far the most of all time. Happy, and he's only 44, Kenan Thompson. Happy birthday. What's up with that? What's up with that? 37 minutes after the hour, a break, an opinion from my Mad Dog Magnotti. Then we're going to show you some selected highlights of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade on Friday night and the Stimmel Growers Grand Parade from last Saturday morning. Coming up, you're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from Localtel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from Localtel lets you decide when shows begin.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia, walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I've heard you've heard people say, and maybe you've said it yourself, that I feel like I have to walk around eggshells around them. Meaning, of course, that we're trying to moderate our own behavior in hopes that we don't make someone else mad or abusive. Well, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells around someone, don't bother. See, the reality is, if your partner or your friend is going to get mad or abusive, that's their problem. And no matter what you do, they're going to find an excuse to act out and then blame you for their behavior. Now, seriously, if this is what's going on in your relationship, it may be time to stop worrying about what you're doing and instead start questioning the nature of the relationship itself. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
As AmeriCorps members and volunteers, we do more than talk about our core values. We take action and commit to making our community stronger.
At AmeriCorps, my commitment to equity gives every student a strong start.
Our compassion brings food and friendship to neighbors in need.
My determination protects parks in my community.
Now more than ever, your community needs you. What's at your core? Learn more at AmeriCorps.gov.
Do you have old or unused prescription medications lying around? You can now safely and anonymously dispose of them at a safe medication return kiosk near you. Just visit your nearest location. 75% of opioid misuse starts when someone uses medication that wasn't prescribed for them. By removing unwanted prescriptions from your home, you're helping to keep your loved ones safe and healthy.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, late for a meeting.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Hi, I'm Chuck Dronan, managing member at Eplodolin Retirement and Assisted Living. It's been a tough year for all of us, but especially for those working and living in senior care facilities. Over the course of these many difficult months, our staff at Eplodolin has been vigilant in adhering to federal and state guidelines to protect and assure the safety of our residents and their caregivers. If you're in need of assisted living for a loved one, give us a call at Eplodolin. We're here for you.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington since 1984, providing the finest Bryant systems for both your heating and cooling needs. Along with prompt and professional service for both your residential and commercial needs, they also offer service and maintenance on your gas fireplaces. As always, Arctic is available 24 hours a day for any of your emergency calls. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Apple Blossom returned to normal, finally. For the first time since 2019, we had a regular festival in 2019. Of course, in 2020, there was no festival at all because of the COVID pandemic. And then last year, it was an abbreviated Apple Blossom Festival that was held in June instead of the traditional dates in late April and early May. But everything was back to normal this year, and that included the two parades from the previous weekend. On Friday night, the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade down Grant Road and Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee. And then, of course, on Saturday, the big one, the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade through the heart of downtown Wenatchee. If you missed either parade, here are some selected highlights.
So you tell me this is Eastmont Junior High Band.
Right.
Well, that's a good-looking band right there.
Yeah, they're one of the better middle school bands around for sure.
Early Chevy pickup.
Boy.
Oh, that I tell you what, that's not an engine. Did you hear that, Grant?
I did.
Rumble and snort.
I like the paint job.
Yeah. My left eye believes that we've got either an old Challenger or a Barracuda coming, and that's, yeah. Oh.
340 with a six-pack.
Yes. Old Camaro, beautiful. Oh, big block Camaro.
I think that's my favorite car of all of the cars, Ron.
Well, that one right behind it, that's a 56 Chevy.
There it is, right there on your screen.
Another.
I hear something.
I hear a band coming. This must be the Golden Apple Marching Band. Please welcome them. They're out of Wenatchee High School, and we're very proud to lead off our grand parade here.
Now making its 2022 debut, our own Washington State Apple Blossom Festival float, Celebrating Our Roots, is the theme for the 103rd Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Riding on this year's float is Queen Ryan, Salito, Princess Presley Nelson, and Princess Ainsley Shear. Eric, who is that?
It's the Apple Citizen of the Year, McDougal and Sons Incorporated, founded in 1977 by the family's roots in the Wenatchee Valley, date back to 1889. Their Sunnyside Court and their families and Sunnyside Community Float, showcasing the extraordinary amusement of the small town carnival. Float exhibits dynamic decor, including cotton candy, popcorn, and a show-stopping Ferris wheel.
Next, over 325 individual banners that depict a Washington State fallen hero, along with their branch of service, dates of birth and death, and hometown.
You hear the crowd standing and applauding and recognizing those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we might be free.
This is the Royalty Choice, the Autumn Leaf Festival. Royal Lady Sharon invites you to hang out in Leavenworth, celebrate and enjoy everything that the Bavarian Village has to offer. And I believe, it's not written here, but I believe the Leavenworth Autumn Leaf Festival is usually about the first or second weekend in September.
Don't miss the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. You'll enjoy a wide variety of jazz, breathtaking lake and vineyard views, and fabulous wine. The festival features 50 shows at 14 wineries and venues over 4 days. Imagine a musical tour around the beautiful Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Grab your friends and get your tickets to the 2022 Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival, May 19th through the 22nd.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCW Life channel. Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCW Life channel.
The workforce and career programs at Wenatchee Valley College are for you. The programs we offer are high demand, so you can kickstart your career and get connected to industry experts. With dedicated instructors and financial support available, we're behind you every step of the way. Are you ready for something new? Find your next career at Wenatchee Valley College. We have options for learners like you.
Spring is more than just a time to clean. It's your time to renew, recharge, and spend time with the people you love. At Merry Maids, our cleaning services go beyond the basic services and provide you with a comprehensive clean that will re-energize your home and enhance your life. From everyday routine cleaning or deep cleanings, Merry Maids professional team members can provide you with an unrivaled experience. Call Merry Maids to schedule your cleaning today.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
3 minutes to go in this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, 46 degrees now outside of our studios. It was 41 when this show started. We have a lot of sunshine. We're still going to see temperatures, though, all this week and into the early part of next week, not just below normal, but well below normal. If you're just joining the show, I did the research this morning because I had a little bit of time. We're now 50 full days into spring. Yesterday marked day 50 since the spring equinox. And of those 50 days so far this spring, 32 have been below normal. In fact, well below normal. This whole pattern of cold and unsettled weather really began about a month ago. We had a very pleasant beginning to spring back in late March, but April came, and here came the cool weather and the wet weather and the freak snowstorm. And from that point forward, we really haven't been able to bust out into a nice long stretch of sunny and warm weather. Normally, this time of the year, we would have hit 70 degrees or more, sometimes even in the lower 80s, at least 15 or 16 times by now. We've only done it once, and that was in March. We didn't hit 70 degrees in the month of April at all. And you know what? It's going to continue that way. High temps this week. Take a look at where you're living. Again, our normal high temperature as we get deeper and deeper into spring gets warmer and warmer. Our normal high temperature now is 70 degrees. By the end of the week, our normal high temperature will be 71 degrees. Look at our high temperatures, especially Thursday. Our high temperatures are going to be closer to where our overnight lows should be. Our normal overnight lows are in the upper 40s. We're going to be in the mid-50s for the high on Thursday, and everybody in our viewing area is going to see these much, much cooler temperatures. Now, today and tomorrow look pretty good, and then Thursday, here comes another cold front, and this one's packing a pretty good punch. It's going to be moving very fast, but while it's here, get ready for some rain and some wind and some very chilly temperatures on Thursday afternoon and spilling into Friday morning. And because there's so much instability in the atmosphere, a pop-up thunderstorm is not out of the question. From the National Weather Service, lots of sunshine today. Not the issue there, but still cool. Only 63, 38 for the overnight low. We basically do it all over again on Wednesday. Sunshine, high of 63, low of 44. But here comes that big low coming in, cold front. On Wednesday night into Thursday. It's really going to make its presence felt Thursday afternoon. We're only going to get to 56 degrees, well below normal. Good chance of some afternoon and evening rain. It's going to spill into Friday, and they're going to be milder, but not a lot of sunshine, I'm afraid, for Saturday and Sunday. That's it for us. We will see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.